Hello everybody. I'm going to make some of these lids for these tanks. Since this works okay, but you might as well cover the whole thing. It'll help save the water from actually like evaporating and all that kind of fun stuff. It's a little loud right now. Oops, as I step on everything because I'm running the dehumidifier after I do water changes. And I figure I'm going to do this, so I might as well make a video about it. So what I do first is you take this and you shake it and then you throw it away. Okay, and then you grab a measure stick. Yeah. You want to stay in the groove in the back. You don't want to be on top because then the water can build up and it just drips on the sides. Not cool. So you want to be in the groove and then come to the other inside of this groove. And what do we got? It's not perfect, but looks like 9.5, 9 3/4. Right in between the two, looks like it'll fit real snug. So I'm going to say, make sure it's even. I'm going to go with 9.5. Looks like it'll still sit on the ledge and not be too tight. I'll make another one on this side just to make sure. Yeah, not bad. All right. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to magically set you here. So we have what? 9.5, I think was the good one. Get here. So I use all the most high-tech stuff around here. You got a marker and aquascaping scissors because they're here. So, and it works. So what you do is you open up your marker, you stick that on the back, you're good to go. I start off in the groove on each one. I measure to 9.5. Right there, that little guy. But we wanted to go just a smidge over there. So go add like another 16th onto that, right? One on that side, one on that side. I don't feel like pausing my phone, so you guys are going to ride the whole way through with me. Shouldn't take too long. Make sure it stays on there, otherwise you're going to be all kinds of screwed up. There, there. Now you want to be as accurate as possible here because it does get pretty snug, and if it's too loose it'll actually fall in the tank, which is fun for nobody because I would imagine being a baby fish and the sky comes down on me would not be relaxing. So, and then you come down and you find out you just got a big old mess. So now you're done with the measure stick, done with the marker stick. And now we got a snip. But that one's going to be all weird, loud, it'll take forever, and I will pause for that. Just kidding, haha, it's already done. Anyways, so I'm going to take that guy, and the edges are kind of rough. This is when I said in my previous video I was doing maintenance. I was actually taking the other lids and sanding the sides. If you give me 1 second, I'll pull this sanding block out of my pocket and just go across the edges. It's easier to just go one way if you want. Watch yourself because you miss. You could end up opening yourself up. I'm just going along the sharp edges. Taking off the burrs. And any little hang-on guys like this here, right here. If they don't come off like that, which they normally do, you can always snip them off too. Ah, there's another one sticking in my hand. Where's it at? There it is. Just take that guy, you take your scissor friends, and goodbye. And then he's good. So, now, let's see if it fits. Alright, so this part's kind of up to you on what you want to do. I like to, though it's probably going to need cut. I forgot about that. But I didn't measure the other way. But we'll at least see if it fits this way. 9.5, 9.5 on that side. And it looks like I cut a bit wide. Wah, wah. So, since I'm clearly not good at measuring, let's check the other side. fits. Nope, I'm just bad at what I do. So I'm going to recut this so they fit right. And then we got to measure this way, which is quite a bit. So if you give me 1 second. All right, so ultimately what you want is for the inner ones, like the lower ones, because it's wavy, like a chip, you want those to sit in that inner realm. So this one can just kind of sit here. This was not cut evenly by the guy who did it previously, me. But I like this idea because it stops it from like the opening in between the two of them, like the older one has, which has caused contamination. Darn you! But you don't want it. You don't want it this tight, like this guy. How you got to kind of squeeze it in there. You don't want it like that. You want it just a smidge looser than that. That's why I have been trimming just edges off. So this whole thing cost me about $30 after tax. It was at Lowe's. You can obviously get whatever you want. They didn't have the $20 one in stock, and I didn't feel like going all the way up to the other Lowe's, which is a long way away. But I mean, ultimately, you can see what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and trim this just a smidge, and I'm kind of not really sure what I want to do with it. I'll probably leave it. I'll cut it like half here because I don't want to go over to this one because, yeah, I don't know. I like it here because the bubbles are way back there. So I forgot to fix that guy. But the bubbles are all way back there on these guys, so it doesn't matter here. But on this one, the bubbles are kind of like spread out. I don't want it to build up moisture and then just run down here. So I think I'm going to, dang, that's not as long as I wanted it to be. But anyways, I like it this way too because it gives room for the hoses and the wires to come through, and there's no impeding, like they're not sitting on anything, they're not being pinched. But I think I'm gonna cut it here so it still kind of covers, but it's more likely gonna run back into the tank. But let's see if we can Hollywood magic it. And just like that, it's done. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of like them because like you can just put it right up and then feed when you don't have a camera in your hand. But I mean, it's not perfect. But I mean, for $30, I got for that one. There's probably, I'd say you get 8 to 9 10-gallon tanks, depending on, because these were 9 3/4 each of them perfectly. And these were what, 9.5, just under, just about. I don't remember what it was. But I mean, they fit pretty good. And like I said, once you trim them, well, they just pop right back up. They pop right back down. Push it over. As long as these guys sit on that inside, you're good. Ooh, cut that one a little. Oh, no, that's why. It's not all the way over there. Haha. Again, not perfect, but cheap. I mean, you get 9 lids for $30 and 20 if you can find this kind again. But they were out of the more rounded one. Again, doing that, I would do it the other way, like this. I like it better, and it seems sturdier rather than where this guy is kind of bendy. So I'm gonna do the other one with 2 hands now and leave you guys on your own. Goodbye.